When you look at this phone from the front for the first time, you think that, is this phone from 2014 or what? Well, no, but also kind of yes. Because the front of this phone is from the iPhone 8 or rather even the iPhone 6, which are quite old now. Nevertheless, this is the iPhone SE 2020 and let's hit that intro. So I've been using this phone for the past 1 week as my primary device, and let me tell you that this is my first ever iPhone. So I'm quite excited to share with you all the details about my experience after using this phone for more than a week and leaving behind all the Android goodness. So stay tuned till the end to know more. First of all, the haptic feedback on this phone is just insane. I mean, no other phone can just come close to the kind of haptic feedback that Apple has integrated in this particular smartphone with the Haptic engine inside. For starters, the Touch ID button on this is not even an actual button. It is just a cutout in the glass body of it. Okay, and when the phone is turned off and you press on it, you will be surprised that it doesn't even go any further, okay, than whatever is here. But when the phone is turned on and you press this button, it will feel like an actual button. So that is quite interesting. You have different levels of haptic feedback depending on what you're doing. Like when you are scrolling through social media and liking posts and stuff, you will get very slight haptic feedback. When you're using the home button, depending on how hard you press the button, the haptic feedback will be like that. And heck, even in games, okay, when I play some games, okay, on this phone, so I played the Pathless, okay, on this one from the Apple Arcade, and during that gameplay, okay, this phone was giving me vibration feedback just like a controller would, and that is just amazing. Secondly, weirdly enough, my Bluetooth accessories like my Bluetooth headphones and stuff sound way better on this phone rather than my Android device, which is the S20 Plus. And I'm not quite sure because the Bluetooth version is the same, but yeah, this one sounds way better, and that is a thing which I noticed. Another interesting thing in iOS is that you can, if you are on if you have a SIM inserted, you can also check the mobile data plan and the expiry date and stuff on it right from the settings on this phone. So you don't have to download any external apps or anything like that, which is really handy. Now coming to the form factor, this is a small phone. The 4.7-inch Retina display on the iPhone SE is really good, to be honest. Once you start using it, you'll completely forget that this is just a 720p display. Heck, you can even play 4K videos on the YouTube app on this phone. But to be honest, this is a very crisp display, and yeah, the colors are really good. So you won't be disappointed if you use this display. The only thing that may bother you is the size. But to be honest, if you're using this phone with one hand, you will be easily able to reach all 4 corners of the display, and you will be easily able to use this phone with just one hand, which is a very good thing, to be honest. And I have right now a tempered glass installed on it, so this is a little heavy at the moment, but without any tempered glass or case, this is a very lightweight phone, and it's very fun to use with one hand. So that feel using a phone with just one hand after so many years is feels really nice, and I am very much into this kind of form factor. So hopefully Apple will still make small phones like these. So the 12 mini is a little expensive, so I didn't go for that. I'm just using this. Now one downside of this form factor is that I was previously using such big phones like the S20 Plus with a 6.7-inch display. So the typing took me a little bit of time to get adjusted to this smaller keyboard, and also Apple's keyboard is way different than Google keyboard or anything. So yeah, the typing experience took me a little bit of time to get adjusted to. I'm still not very fast with it. I still make a lot of mistakes. Okay, but yeah, that's what you get for switching to a different operating system and a totally different form factor. Now the performance has been simply amazing over the last week. So as you may already know that this phone comes with the flagship A13 Bionic chip, which is present on all the 11 series phones, okay, from last year, and to be honest, this phone performs really awesome. Okay, it is very snappy, everything works very fast. The animations are a little bit slower, okay, but to be honest, this feels very smooth and very snappy when you're using it. And yeah, it is very well optimized. And I'm really starting to get why like people like using iOS or iPhones rather than like getting an Android device, because the experience of using such a phone is like very good, to be honest. And if you have other devices, other Apple devices, like I have an iPad, okay, so the like setup process is flawless. So you just have to scan a barcode or QR code from your previous device on the new device, and all the data will be transferred within minutes, which is very good. Yeah, Google also has those, you have to sign in and do all that, but it takes a little bit more time. This one is very fast, and heck, it even like brings over all the like passwords and stuff because of like Apple Keychain. So it's very easy to log in into different apps when you are like using multiple Apple devices. And everybody knows about like the ecosystem and stuff. Like if you have an iPad, an iPhone, a Mac, an AirPods, and Apple Watch, these devices interact with each other very easily and very seamlessly to give you a very like tight experience. So that's why most people don't really want to leave this particular ecosystem. But I primarily use Android device, so and that is not a thing which I'm gonna stick to. Okay, but yeah, AirDrop is pretty awesome. So when I need to like transfer some files from the iPad to the phone or from the phone to the iPad, just AirDrop does it's within seconds, which is amazing. Android should also introduce something like that. Now, my device runs on iOS 14.3 at the moment. It is very smooth. You get the back tap feature, which I have like set the double tap to lock the screen and triple tap to take a screenshot, which is very convenient. And you also have like the option on which you double tap the home button to bring the screen down if you have more smaller hands than me. So these things are very handy. But iOS also has its like gripes, like transferring files from your phone to a Windows PC is very tedious. So you have to first save all the files separately into the pages, keynote, or numbers folders. Okay, then you have to connect your phone to your computer, download iTunes, install it, and set up iTunes, and later on like turn on sharing, and then you have to download from those folders to your computer. So it is a very tedious process. But if you have a Mac, it is like super smooth. You just have to AirDrop your files, which is very convenient. So if you're a Windows user buying an iPhone, and if you like transfer huge files from your phone, okay, for photos and stuff, so this will be a very like tedious device to do so. And iOS 14 is like quite familiar right now with Android because of the introduction of the widgets and the app library, which is a welcome addition and is a very good thing, as you don't have to keep all the apps on your home screen. So you can like clear your home screen and keep everything in the app library, so your home screen looks more like, what should I say, more clean. And people are also using those icons and stuff to customize their home screen, but to be honest, those icon packs are very expensive, and yeah, it is not sustainable in the long run. Now on iOS, to be honest, all the social media apps like Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat and everything else like works very well, because there are fewer iPhones than Android phones, to be honest, and the apps are more optimized for iPhones than like Android phones. So using social media apps and posting pictures and stuff on like your story or fleet, anything like that, feels more like polished. And yeah, that is one thing for which like Mr. Who's the Boss even switched to an iPhone. So this phone only has one single camera. It is a 12 megapixel sensor, and oh boy is this good. So this single camera is so amazing. You just have to point at things and click. This is a no nonsense camera, and it clicks simply amazing pictures. The colors might be a little dull for some of y'all, okay, because this like clicks pictures very close to the natural colors. So the colors may not be very pleasing to everyone, but I absolutely love the kind of pictures it clicks. And yeah, it is a no nonsense camera, and the videos are just amazing from this. You can easily use videos from this phone for any kind of projects, okay, or like YouTube videos and stuff, and nobody would even notice. Even the selfie camera is really good. It produces very good pictures in bright daylight, and it works fairly well in low light too, both the back and front cameras. So yeah, it is a very good camera system for the price you're getting this phone. It can easily like match with all the Android competitors in the same price or even higher. So that is an absolutely good thing. So if you love your cameras on your phones, then you should absolutely get this. And for the price you're getting this phone right now, for around 26 to 27,000 rupees, this is a very good camera, to be honest. A few things that I don't like about this phone are these big ass bezels and the poor battery life. So this has around an 1821 mAh battery, which will last you half a day if you're like using this phone regularly, okay, continuously. So it will give you maximum 5 hours of screen on time, and yeah, on heavier days you have to charge it twice or thrice. So that is one thing which I didn't really like. Okay, and yeah, the charging is also not very quick. You do have 18-watt fast charging supported on it, but the like in my unboxing video, okay, so you get a charger with my unit. I got a charger and the earpods because my like unit was the older packaging, and if you're like getting the newer packaging, you won't even get the charger. So that is a bummer. But the charger which you get with the phone is also like the 5-watt one, and yeah, it charges the phone very slowly. I actually use my iPad charger, which is a 12-watt charger which they give. Okay, so I use that in order to charge this phone, and it charges fairly quickly. It takes around like 2 hours to completely charge, from around 3 to 4% to up to 100%, which is okay, I would say. And this phone also has wireless charging if you care about that. So you can like top up this on like at around 7.5 watts, I believe, with wireless charging, which is pretty nice. Also, this is like IP67 water and dust resistant, which is pretty nice because you can go underwater with this phone if you want to, and a little rain or water splashes won't really do anything to this phone, which is very good, to be honest. And in this price range, no other phone has that. Heck, no other phone even has wireless charging in this price range. So these are a few welcome features which you get with this phone. So yeah, that's it. At the end, I would say that this phone provides you with a stable and polished experience with iOS and the kind of performance it brings to the table. And yeah, it can easily beat any device in its price range or even higher with the sheer performance that it has. You can throw anything at it and it will smoothly run all that. So that is a very big plus point for this particular device. So I really like the compact form factor and the one hand use and the feel in the hand which this gives you, because of the glass on the back and the glass on the front and the metal all around, which is really good. And this white color looks absolutely amazing. You have the Apple logo at the middle, and yeah, this is why I am loving this phone. So I will use it for a few more days, okay, and like a month or so as my secondary device, and let's see if I can sustain it or not. So that's about it for the video, and if you liked it, then don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with everyone that you know who is interested in buying an iPhone and doesn't have much budget for it. And yeah, that's about it for the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All the links will be down in the description if you want to purchase this phone. With that said, I'm your Shinobi and I'm signing out. Peace.